All right, so we're learning about HTML and CSS, and GitHub goes to 11. If you go into that GitHub repo, goes to 11 is my username, and go to the repositories. HTML CSS Bootcamp is the one we're working in. It's awesome. It's the best repository in the world for learning HTML and CSS, and that is my opinion. And here's my Twitter. You should follow me on Twitter because I'm a goof, and I post things about coding and building websites, and it's awesome. So here, this resource here, if you want to get to this resource, that's the URL to get to this course outline, and TPE4K3 and uppercase, lowercase combination. Cool. Intro done. Oh, last thing, but never mind about greatercommons.com. You should totally check it out. So now we have been looking at the CSS essentials, and here's where we left off this review. And so all this stuff up here we just went through. And we did some homework that sort of showed us all that. But just check it out, what you've learned so far. Right? Border, border radius, padding and margin, the box model, box sizing, border box. And so we know border now, right? Border, 1 pix, solid red, 20 pix, groove, orange, right? And we know border radius, and that's going to round stuff. We could use pixels, we could use percent. 100% is going to make a whole circle. We learned about the entire trouble thing, TRBL. So when we set properties, that could apply to 4 different areas, I'm just looking to see if I have that here. I can't believe I don't have it. I do not. But when we set properties, like if we were to set a property on border, we could set that property with one setting, 40%, right? And that would apply to all four borders. Border. No, border is just once around. We could set border radius, all 4 borders. That's actually kind of an interesting question. So, well, let's illustrate this because I'm digging a little bit of a hole trying to just explain it with thought. So I'm going to create a new file, and I'll just copy this one. And this will be 06 trouble, top right, bottom left. And open up my index. And I got index on both sides. All right, let's try this. Border, 1 pix, solid red. All right, let's. Oh, we can't do red. We have to do like blue, and that's going to be horrible for the colorblind. So we'll do yellow here. I'll do a darker blue there. Dodger blue. Let's take a look. So Dodger blue, let's make it a little bigger. And now we could do margin, 0 auto. And that centers it. Why did that center it? Why does that center it?
Auto margin.
Yeah, because this is top and bottom, nothing. Top and bottom, nothing. And this is automatically make the left and right equal. This applies to top, bottom. This applies to left, right. We could do border. Border, I guess, is what happens if we just do border and then border bottom. So we do have different choices there. So we have border bottom, right? And we could do 10 pix solid Dodger blue. Border bottom. Isn't that cool? Let's see what other border we have. Border, and we can look at the option. Bottom, image, left, right, top, border width. So let's try, just out of experimentation, border width. 10 pixels, right? And border, there's probably a border color. Dodger blue. And border bottom. Border width is 10 pixels. Border color. And I wonder if we could do border bottom solid. Let's see what other border choices we have. Border, Color, bottom, collapse, image, left. So you could have an image for your border. Radius, right. Spacing, style, top. Let's see what style does. Dash, dotted, groove, so solid. Border width. That's all around. So now border width, let's try 10 pixels and 0. What's that one going to be?
So that's top, bottom, 10 pixels, left, right, 0.
Cool. We can do that with border, right? But we have to use border width. And then what's this one going to do? So this one is going to be, right? Top, right, bottom, left. Top, right is 0. Bottom is really thick, left. Isn't that cool? Are you guys getting the gist of it a little bit? Like, that's a really big piece right there. Like, hey, it's got 4 sides. I should be able to set all sides individually. I've never done that with border before. I'm like, how do we do that? And I just went in and started looking at the different settings. I'm like, okay, we need border color. Yeah. Border style, solid. Yeah. Border width. Well, that looks like I should be able to set the width on all 4. Let's see if that treble deal works there. Bam! So you all get when it's 4 settings, that's treble. And if it's 2 settings, right, if it was this, then that is like that. You get that, yeah? Top, bottom, right, left. And if it's 1 setting, it's all 4. Yeah, you get it? Take a picture of that if you're at all in doubt. Who needs to take a picture of that? Because that's something that you should like print out and have up on your wall next to where you work. Just like remembering, oh, when it's 4 settings, it's treble. And if it's 2 settings, it's top, bottom, right, left. And if it's 1, it's all 4. And then just print that out, tape it to your wall next to your computer where you work. Doon 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 doon. Just can't get enough. Nice. All right, so that's clear. So we've learned border, border radius, padding the margin. Let's just play with a little of those a little bit. So I'm going to take this one off and turn this one on. And instead of, I guess that's fine. I'll leave those. And I'll move this one up just so they're all together. Cool. And now I could do border radius. And I could do 50%. So nice! Or I could do, kind of cool, right? That's top and bottom, and then 0 on the right and left. So this is a right, this is a left. That's the top, that's the bottom. Start in top left corner and go around. Or I could switch those. It's a lemon drop. I could have a bunch of lemon drops. I could then change those. Display right now, their display style is block. I could do inline block. Cool. Or I could do like this. Kind of fun. So we have border, border radius, padding and margin. All right, let's do some padding. When I do this, how are these images going to change? Padding 20 pixels, what's going to happen?
Depends on the content, actually.
What's it going to look like when I hit refresh? I added padding 20 pixels.
They're going to be spread out all around. You're going to have padding.
Okay. Is the, huh?
Around the content.
Yeah, padding around the content on the inside. Are the images going to get bigger?
They're going to have smaller content.
Well, these, I've added padding, 20 pixels, and I've set my width of 200. I'm going to go back to I'm going to round these out a little bit, make them a border radius of 1. Do I have a border radius with 1 setting? Border radius 50%, 0, 50%. I'll do this one. I'll crank it down. Oh, I already have that. I'll do this one. I'll crank it down to 10. Okay, so there's no content there, right? But they still got wider. If this is full of text, I don't have multiple, gosh, that's so annoying. Goglan multiple Curry. Goglan key map reference. No multiple array, totally annoying. I like multiple array. All right, I'll do this. Div lorem times 20, and I want 10 of these. Except those didn't expand. That's interesting. We'll go with those. All right. Oh. So bizarre. I wonder why they're all off like that. Width, height, background color, border style. When I added in text, they all got funny. They got funny. Yeah, isn't that weird? Whereas if I just had 4 divs, and then if we do it's bizarre. All right.
I noticed also that the words are cut off.
Yeah. width, height. All right, so we have padding, and then we had margin. What's margin going to do? Oh, I have margin 0 auto there. What's margin going to do now? Space these out, right? So you've got padding, you've got margin. And then we could put on, if I do, so my border is 40. I'm going to take margin, and we'll put margin 0 auto. And refresh this page. What happens if I have 1? Why is that not in the center? Do I have the right files open? That's connected to main. That should be in the center, right? Width, height, background color, border style, border color, border width, display inline block. Ah. Interesting, right? Display inline block was making them all on the same line, but invalidating margin 0 auto. Puts them all over on the left. Isn't it weird, the intricacies of how they all work together? Do you see that? Display inline block, margin 0 auto no longer centered it. It only centered it when it was a block level element. So box sizing border box, I have a box size and border box. What will happen? The width is 200, the border is 40, the padding is 20. I add box. Let me ask you this. What is the current width with, I'll put this up here. What is the, bring it down a little. That's all the border stuff. What is the current width of each square in pixels? What is the current width of each square, including the border, in margin and everything in pixels? 260 I hear? The width.
Of the entire object?
Yeah. Well, I want to capture this on the screen, so I'll do it up here. So my width is going to be it has a border of 40, padding of 20, a width of 200, padding of 20, border of 40. So it's 80, 100, 320. Now, if I add this, what's the width, the total width, if I add that? So box sizing border box invalidates padding, and it invalidates border. So those go away, and so we're left with 200. Watch, ready? They're going to shrink.
What was the width before adding border sizing?
320.
How did you get that?
Right here. The width is 200. That's the 200 right there. The padding is 20 on each side. There's also 20 top and bottom, but we're just worried about width, not height. And then the margin's 40 on each side.
That's right. Okay. I guess that TRBL.
TRBL. You got to think about, and the box model, right? So now the next thing I want you to do is I want you to draw out the box model. It's a good point to do it. Get a pen and a piece of paper and draw the box model.